At the beginning of June 2022, I was a mess. I was an overweight, pre-diabetic alcoholic with man boobs. I was suffering from the after effects of a stroke I had 30 years ago down my right side. I had arthritis in my knee on my left side. I couldn't sit down on the floor comfortably. I couldn't sit cross-legged. I couldn't hunch down on my knees. I couldn't jump. I couldn't run anywhere. And I needed literal minutes to warm up any time I stood up from being seated, especially when I was standing up from being on the floor. I had gum disease, bleeding in sensitive gums, and bad breath. I had eczema, and I had warts all over my hands. I had mood problems, anxiety, and some depression. And all of those problems are now gone.
Haven't been able to do that for decades. Thanks, Carnivore.
In fact, they were gone within 2 to 3 months. And it all comes down to a few simple changes. Eating real food and avoiding things that are toxic. Eat meat, eggs, butter, dairy if you can tolerate it, and your body just starts working better. I feel better now than I did when I was in high school, which is why I'm sick of the lies. I'm sick of being preached to about how carbohydrates are essential. I'm sick of being told that balance is important. I'm sick of being told that counting calories is all you need to do to be healthy. And when you retort that, okay, well, I'll just eat 2 or 3 ice creams a day, keep my calories low, and I can enjoy the food that I'm eating, the experts are suddenly like, oh, I didn't mean that. Well, which is it? You can't have it both ways. You can't say it's just calories in, calories out, except when I'm proven wrong by logic. I'm also sick of being told that cholesterol is a poison produced by our body that only Big Pharma can control, which is a pretty convenient set of facts. This is the same Big Pharma that will tell you that taking statins will reduce your risk of heart attack by 36%, but when you do a little bit of investigation, you find out that that's relative risk reduction, which has no practical implementation in the real world. And then we have posts by Dr. Allo that tells us if we wait long enough, absolute risk will dwarf relative risk. And if we want to find out more, we should just buy his book. A, I call BS. B, how long is life that we have this infinite time horizon that we can wait for absolute risk to dwarf relative risk, all the while getting dementia and diabetes from those same statins? And this is the same Dr. Allo that believes that Trix is a food, who believes that sugar is necessary while he shows us the size of something, and who is someone supposedly so concerned with heart health that he says, what's wrong with sugar? And it's not just him. This all food-like substances are food and just control any problems that you have with pharmaceuticals is a widespread problem. And it's only going to get worse. And there is only one solution to this problem. And that's to be skeptical about everything. And that doesn't mean that all messages are false, but don't treat everything as truth simply because it comes from your doctor's mouth or from a big corporation. Question everything, because everyone is compromised in some way. If you're in the US and your doctor recommends that you take a particular drug, go over to Open Payments and have a look and see how much money the doctor has received from the pharmaceutical company that manufactures the drug. And I'm not telling you not to take the advice of your doctor, but you most definitely should ask questions. Make sure that any decision you make is in your best interests, not that of your doctor or a pharmaceutical company. So anyway, how did I arrive at Carnivore in the first place? It was entirely by accident. 21 months ago, I went to see my doctor. He told me I was pre-diabetic. He also told me I needed to curb my drinking, which was a nice way of saying, you need to stop being an alcoholic. He wanted me to take medications for this, and that's where the brakes came on for me. I've been skeptical about most medications since I was a kid, after receiving years of injections to supposedly control and reduce my hay fever. My hay fever got significantly worse over time, and the only thing that fixed that was me moving away from the place that had all the allergens. And so I've always been skeptical of meds, so I told my doctor I would handle this myself. I knew that I would have more self-control with keto, so I instantly put myself on a keto diet. This quickly morphed into carnivore after watching a Ken Berry video. And now, alcohol and sugar-free for 21 months, I feel better than ever. More energy, clearer head, better focus, less anxious, more productive, able to walk and run with vigor. And importantly, no more bad breath, and I can trust my farts. And if you want to learn what we're up against in this fight, watch this video next.